It's 80s night, and this group of high school friends is rolling back the clock. Clubs may be closed because of coronavirus, but that isn't stopping the party.
Wine spritzer.
I didn't do wine.
And the wine was actually pretty good without the spritz.
The drinks are flowing for this socially distanced night out. In fact, the ladies tell us COVID-19 may be keeping people in, but it's not exactly keeping them dry.
Has the quarantine slowed anybody's drinking in this group?
No.
Yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.
Going out of control.
Yeah.
Our glass recycling bin is over full. The 2 cans are full every week of bottles.
We had a whiskey party.
Turns out they are not alone. Even social media taking notice.
Do you want to start drinking? I know that it is only noon.
We studied the numbers and discovered when people heard shutdown, many reacted with 2 other words. Beer run. Data obtained by WUSA 9 reveals the week Governor Hogan closed bars and restaurants in Maryland, liquor stores in Montgomery County toasted a 46% increase in sales over the same time period the previous year. That same week in Virginia, Alcohol Beverage Control says they saw a nearly 60% spike in sales statewide, even though Governor Northam's shuttering of restaurants and bars was still a couple days away. We don't know what happened here in the district because D.C. isn't a state. Liquor store sales aren't reported. There is some evidence that the spike in alcohol sales was more about people stocking up than staying drunk all day. After that initial surge, sales have come back down a little bit. Still, addiction experts are worried, especially for those who are already having a tough time controlling their alcohol use.
Addiction is a disease of isolation, kind of by definition, and increased stress burden, meaning when folks are more isolated, when folks are more stressed, that is when relapses tend to happen.
In fact, the recovery community is using those same Zoom meetings, popular with virtual happy hours, to keep people from relapsing. But the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration told us the data shows people are struggling. They've seen an 891% increase in calls to its disaster distress hotline, the Assistant Secretary for Mental Health and Substance Abuse telling us those aren't all alcohol-related calls, but there is certainly a connection.
When you're confined to your home and when alcohol is made easily available, you may end up binge drinking most days. That contributes to the development of alcohol use disorders in these times when people are not able to do their regular daily routines.
And none of that is lost on those girls we visited with back at the 80s party. In fact, Kim, a mother of 3, told me that these virtual meetups aren't just about the cocktails as much as they are about the people that she's sharing them with.
We're meeting up 2-3 times a week. You know, checking in, how you doing, having a much needed beverage and just, reconnecting. So it's great.